Hello, students and families. This video will demonstrate how our students will interact and work with the instructional slide decks when using an iPad. The first thing that you'll need to do is make sure that you have installed both the Google Classroom app and the Google Slides app. You will find the apps in the App Store, and you can simply search for them by name. In my previous video, we worked through the process of logging into Google Classroom. And today we're going to look at using Google Slides to work with the instructional slide decks. Once you've installed these apps on your device, you're going to need to navigate through your screens, open your folders, and find where you have stored your Google Classroom app. You're going to open the app, and as I mentioned, my last video, I demonstrated how to log into Google Classroom. It's important to know for families that may be sharing a device among several children that you can actually have multiple people signed into Google Classroom. You'll just need to make sure that you are in the correct student's account. So to do that, in the upper right-hand corner, there is a little avatar with either the student's initial or an image that they may have chosen. If you select that avatar, there is an option to add another account. And as you can see, I have 2 accounts already on this particular app. So it's open right now to Carly's account, but if I click Kayla's name, it will switch over to Kayla's account. Okay? I'm going to go back to Carly's for the purposes of today's video. Now, what you're going to do next is you're going to be opening the Google Classroom for the student, the appropriate classroom for this year or for this subject or period, and it opens to the stream page. On the stream page, if you remember, this is where the teacher may post announcements. It will also show a timeline of all of the activity that has happened in Google Classroom. So if the teacher has posted a new material on the classwork page, it will show up here. If they've posted a new assignment on the classwork page, it will show up here as well. And then you can see the announcement. So this particular announcement is reminding the students that they need to click on the classwork tab to find today's lesson. On an iPad, the tabs are at the bottom of the screen. If you're using a Chromebook or a computer, the tabs will be listed at the top. So we're going to click on the Classwork tab. And this is where the student is going to be doing all of their work. The teacher is going to have a variety of resources shared here for the student. There may be information about the teacher, so you can click on that and it will open up with any information. There may also be links that would take you to other resources. You use the back arrow to go back to the Classwork tab. There may be some digital resources here, and you can simply click on the attachment to open the resources. It may be a link for a resource. And then again, you would close this document using the X, and then you would use the back arrow to go back to the classroom. So today what we're going to do is we're going to open up the slide deck for Monday. So the student will click on the assignment. And there are some instructions for the student. So it tells the student to click the video camera icon at the top of the classwork page to join our live sessions, okay? So if I go back here Up in the upper right-hand corner, there is a video camera icon. This is what the students will use to join their live lessons, okay? I'm going to go back to my assignment, and then it also tells me that times for each live lesson are posted in the instructional slide deck. So the slide deck in this teacher's classroom will have the times for the live sessions. Other teachers may actually post a schedule that they will have shared with you here on the classwork page, okay? But there should be information somewhere in the classroom, whether it's in the slide deck itself or a separate schedule that will tell you when to join for the live sessions. And when it's time to join the live session, you're going to click on the video camera icon in the upper right-hand corner. All right, so let's go back to our assignment. I'm not seeing any slide deck posted here. Down here at the bottom, you see an arrow pointing up where it says your work. If you touch that arrow, it will slide up, and now you're going to see the slide deck that has been attached to this assignment. You're going to click on the link, and it will open the slide deck for you to view. So here is our slide deck. I can scroll through and view each slide, and I can see information. For example, this is for my ELAR, English Language Arts and Reading. I have information about what I'm going to be doing today. I have information about the materials that I'm going to need. I have information about the times that I'm going to be joining the live session for each of the pieces of my literacy block, okay? And then in the bottom right, I have evidence of learning. So this is the work that I'm going to need to be submitting for this particular lesson. And then if I slide down, I have my reading. And so this is going to give me my mini lesson. There may be a video attached. The live lesson, you'd be joining, but if you're joining asynchronously, not joining the live lesson, then there will be a link here for you to watch the recorded lesson. I've got an anchor chart posted, and then here is my practice. So this is telling me I need to complete my reading life survey, which is on slide 4, okay? I can click the slide 4 link, or I can simply scroll down here. When you're ready to do your work on the slide, you simply touch the slide and the header pops down. You're going to see a square in the top right corner with an arrow pointing to the upper right. If you touch that square, it will open the slide deck in the Google Slides app for editing. These slides are all listed on the left-hand side. You can actually touch a slide to open it, or you can slide your deck to the left or the right to maneuver yourself through the slide deck. Once you're on the slide that you want to edit, there are already text boxes you can see on this particular slide. So you're simply going to double click in a text box, and your keyboard will pop up so that you can type. If you need to remove the keyboard so that you can see the rest of your document and choose another text box, click on the keyboard down button in the lower right-hand corner, and it will temporarily hide your keyboard. And then you can continue and you can work on other sections of your document. There is no need to click any save buttons. Google Slides automatically saves anything that you change, anything that you add to the slide itself. For this slide, there is a word problem. You're going to use manipulatives or a drawing and explain your reasoning. Click twice on the red rectangle to type in the equation in your answer. So you would be typing your answer here, and then the teacher wants you to upload a picture of your work. So you're actually going to be working on paper and pencil, and you're going to be using manipulatives or drawing, okay? So to upload an image to this slide, you're going to go to the plus sign up here at the top, and you're going to select image, and then it's going to do one of two things. You can select from your camera and take a picture right then and there, and that picture will be posted here on your slide, or you can go to your photos and you can pick a picture from your camera roll. So for example, if I was going to just take a picture, I'm writing something really quickly on a sticky note so that we can take a picture quickly of it. I'll choose from camera. I'm going to give slides access to my camera. And then I'm going to take my picture. I'll take my picture. It asks me if I want to use the photo. I'm going to say yes. Now Google Slides wants to have access to my photos. It's only going to ask you these questions one time so that you can set up permissions for the app. I'll say okay, and now my photo has automatically been inserted into the slide. Here's another example where you would be double tapping to type. So on this slide, the teacher wants you to move the red dots to 3 places you would like to visit. Select the map and drag it to a place that I would like to move it. Now at any time, if you accidentally resize an object, make it smaller or bigger, there is an undo button up at the top that you click, and it will undo any changes that you have made, okay? On this next slide, this is another one where you would be tapping to add a title, okay? I have added some additional slides to this slide deck to show you other ways in which students may be engaging with the instructional slide decks. In this example, the students will be dragging the apples into the appropriate red or green box. The student will lightly touch an image until the red line appears, and then they will drag the image and drop it in the appropriate space. On this slide, the student is asked to complete the pattern. The extra manipulatives are located in the workspace on the side of the slide. Again, the student will lightly touch an image until the red line appears, and then they will drag it to the appropriate place on the slide. This is another example of a slide with manipulatives in the workspace. For this activity, the student will be dragging the base 10 blocks onto the slide to build a number. They will lightly touch the image until the red line appears, and then they will drag the image onto the slide. These are just a few of the ways that your students will be interacting with the slides on the instructional slide deck. As always, your child's teacher will be more than happy to assist your student with any extra instructions that they may have for completing the activities.